not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1. Notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2. Waiver of order 39.14 disclosure as Exhibit 3. Waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to plead guilty.
No objection, Your Honor, and so stipulated as to venue, jurisdiction, and the evidence.
All right, thank you, sir. And without objection, it'll be the judgment of the court that Jacqueline Villeda Trevino is guilty as charged in her cause number CR 21-08021D. Recommendation, state?
Yes, Judge. The state recommends $250 fine, court costs, 180 days in the Delaware County Jail, probate for 9 months, an alcohol course, an interlock ignition device, 90 days, 67 months suspension, and 40 community service hours.
All right, Mr. Garcia, is that the understanding, sir?
That is our understanding, Judge. However, I do request any and all consideration go towards the community service hours. She did spend some time in FAR PD. She was arrested, Judge. She did go to jail.
They'll be waived. Community hours are hereby waived. That'll be the judgment, Ms. Trevino, as read on the record. And good luck with your probation, okay, ma'am?
Thank you.
All right, stay safe. Mr. Garcia, you're excused. Stay safe, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Likewise.
Bye-bye.
Number 6, Attorney Mia Guerra, defendant Cassandra Serna.
Okay, now number 6, you said? Miss Mia Guerra. All right.
Yeah, good afternoon, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Cassandra Serna?
Yes.
All right. It'll be a plea, right, ma'am?
Yes, that's right, Judge.
All right. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. CR 20-11-151D, Cassandra Darlene Serna. Your charge, Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those two rights?
Yes.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation?
Yes.
And what is your plea, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty?
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1. Notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2. Waiver of Article 39.14 disclosure as Exhibit 3. Waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to plead guilty.
No objections, Judge, and so agreed and stipulated.
Without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that Cassandra Serna is guilty as charged in CR 20-11-151D on a plea of no contest. Recommendation, state?
Yes, Judge. The state recommend $100 fine, court costs, 10 months deferred, a theft education course, and a life skill course.
All right, it'll be the judgment of the court that the finding of guilty and all further proceedings are hereby deferred in CR 20-11-151D, State versus Cassandra Serna. It'll be deferred probation for 10 months. Is that the understanding, Ms. Guerra?
Yes, that is my understanding, Judge. Just any consideration for Ms. Serna. She has 4 children, Judge, ranging from the age of 2 to 7, and she works from home selling ribbons and bows for children, Judge.
All right. First of all, there's no community hours, so we cannot waive that. No community hours. We'll go ahead and waive the fine. It'll just be the court cost, 10 months deferred probation.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All
Yes,
right. Good
Judge,
luck with
yes,
that,
Judge.
ma'am. Thank you very much. Y'all may be safe.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, have your excuse. Thank you.
Number 7, Attorney Mr. Mario Garcia, and defendant Hector Hernandez.
Mr. Mario Garcia.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I like your glasses. They're kind of like blue or something. They're
Thank you. That had a little tint to help with the reduce the eye strain of the computer.
well, that's pretty good, man. That's not only that, they look cool, not just
Thank you.
okay. You have Mr. Hector Hernandez. That's going to be a PTD plea?
Yes, Your Honor, and he's present there in the virtual courtroom.
it'll be a PTD plea on Hector Hernandez. Can you hear me, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
All right. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. CR 2011-756D, Hector Julian Hernandez. Your charge here, POM Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're in,
Judge.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is a PTD sign up.
Okay, PTD, okay. All right, thank you. You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial and an appeal, and did you waive those two rights?
Yes, sir.
And have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No.
All right. What is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right. It's a plea of guilty, but we're gonna put it aside for a while here. State
Okay.
evidence.
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1. Notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2. Waiver of Article 14 disclosure as Exhibit 3. Waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4. PTV POM pact as Exhibit 5. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate in the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to cooperatively plead guilty.
No objections, Your Honor, and so stipulated.
And without objection, so admitted. However, at this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment whatsoever, and will now turn to the PTD program here, in which Mr. Hector Hernandez is going to be required to take on some terms and conditions, and once you comply, this case will be dismissed later on in the future. So good luck with that probation, Mr. Hernandez. Sometime in the future, we'll come up here for a date, and hopefully we'll dismiss the case. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, and your excuse. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I excuse?
Yes, sir. You and your sunglasses are excused. Okay, sir?
Have a great one, Your Honor, you too.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Raúl Acevedo, Arnulfo Alejandro Perez.
Give me
2,
a-
3, and 4.
Oh, wait a minute. 2, 3, and 4?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Acevedo.
Raul Acevedo for Mr. Arnulfo Perez, Your Honor. Mr. Perez is right next to me, Your Honor.
Oh, all right, he's next to you. Okay, very well, very well. There's 3 cases, right?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
And state, is it going to be a plea on like on 2 cases and 1 dismissal?
Yes, Judge, that's correct. Judge.
All right, I think I got it here. 3 cases, here they are. 1, 2, and 3. Here are the pleas. First of all, good afternoon, Mr. Perez. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear, yes, Your
Or
Honor.
you may put your hand down. Like we said earlier, it'll be a plea on 2 cases, and then 1's going to get dismissed. Here they are: CR 19-15-690D, CR 20-03-103D. Both of them Arnulfo Alejandro Perez. Each case a Class B misdemeanor DWI. Each case carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those 2 rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation after you give your plea?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily on both cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Judge, state offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1. Notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2. Waiver of Article 14 disclosure as Exhibit 3. Waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed is sufficient to cooperatively guilty.
So stipulated, Your Honor, no objection to the evidence.
And without objection, so admitted. It'll be the judgment of the court that Arnulfo Alejandro Perez is guilty as charged on both cause numbers, CR 19-15-690D, CR 20-03-103D. Recommendations beginning with CR 19-15-690D. Yes, sir.
They're both the same, Judge.
Okay, what is it?
Yes, Judge. State recommend $350 fine, court costs, 180 days in the York County Jail, probate for 14 months, an alcohol course, a drug education course, an interlock ignition device, 90 days since driver license suspension, and 20 community service hours.
All right. And that'll be the judgment for, okay, that'll be the judgment for the first one. On the second one, it'll be on CR 20-03-103D. No fine, no court costs, no supervision fees, and no community hours. And they're both going to run concurrent. Did you get that, Mr. Acevedo?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it'll just be like one probation. Both of them are going to run concurrent with one fine and one court cost. And then we have a third case. What is it, State?
Yes, Judge, on CR 19-123-14D, that will be dismissed with the aforementioned plea, Judge.
Court will hereby dismiss CR 19-123-14D, Arnulfo Perez. This case is hereby dismissed.
Your
All
Honor,
right.
I have one request, and maybe I don't know if Your Honor would entertain it. My client, I think that he's had these cases since I think 2019, Your Honor. He's had an interlock device. He had an interlock device for almost 2 years. I don't think the state is in agreement to dispense with my client still having an interlock device. My client recently, he had an interlock device on his vehicle, and I believe this October, he sold that vehicle. So he doesn't have an interlock device, and I was hoping that the court would dispense with the interlock device.
Okay. First of all, it's a 14 months probation, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Because it's 2 DWI cases, the court will not waive it, but you know it's going to be only for 7 months. Only for a 7-month more period, and that'll do it.
Okay.
For each case, that'll run concurrent, of course. And if he doesn't have a vehicle, it can be changed to the mobile.
Okay, I will have him install it on his vehicle, Your Honor.
Okay.
On
All
his
right.
vehicle. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
That is
Thank you,
all I
sir.
have
Maybe
before the settlement shoot. Thank you, Your Honor. Be
have a
safe,
great day.
Your
Thank
Honor.
you, sir.
You too.
See you. Bye-bye.
Dora, Garza.
Miss Garza, you have, who was that next to you, Miss Garza?
Yeah.
That was your assistant?
Yes.
That was a quick move.
Number 8.
Number
Yes.
8. All right. She's fast. Good. Number 8, we have Joe Lee Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor, and I do see him on the screen.
The PTD plea.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you need to unmute.
Okay.
All right, there you are. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Rodriguez. It's going to be a PTD plea. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. CR 21-02-383D, Joe Lee Rodriguez. Your charge here in assault class A. It carries a potential penalty of up to a year in jail and not more than a $4,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and did you waive those 2 rights? Did you waive those 2 rights?
What was that, sir?
You are entitled to an appeal and also to a jury trial, and did you waive those 2 rights?
Yes, I did.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation?
Yes, I understand.
All right. What is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, State.
Yes, Judge, state offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1, notification and certification of defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2, waiver Article 39.14 disclosure as Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4, PTD pack as Exhibit 5. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate to the venue and jurisdiction of his honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed sufficient to, quote, plead guilty.
No objection, Your Honor, and so stipulate.
Without objection, so admitted. However, at this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment in this matter and will now turn to the PTD program. Mr. Rodriguez, all we ask you is that you follow the terms and conditions of this program, and hopefully down the line, we will dismiss this case. Okay, sir?
Okay.
So just follow the terms and conditions, and good luck and stay safe.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, you're excused. Thank you,
Okay.
man. Ms. Garza, you're excused. Thank you, man. Stay safe.
Do we get a status date, Judge, on this, or we don't?
The probation officer will give it to you later.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
13,
Number 13.
Attorney Espinosa, defendant Abraham Avila.
Number 13, let me see. Here we got Emmanuel Espinosa.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. And we have Abraham Javier Avila,
He should be logged on. It's
Okay.
He
PPD
needs to unmute it.
placement.
All right, there he is, right there. There he is. He needs to unmute. All right. He needs to unmute.
He's looking.
Looking for the, there it is.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. It'll be a PTD plea, right, Mr. Espinosa?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. You may put your hand down. CR 21-11-360D, Abraham Javier Avila. Your charge here, DWI, Class B misdemeanor. It carries a potential penalty of up to 180 days in jail and not more than a $2,000 fine upon conviction. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're entitled to a jury trial, you're entitled to an appeal, and that you waived those two rights?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
You understand that the court does not have to follow the recommendation when you give a plea?
Yes.
And what is your plea, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Excuse me?
You are pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right. State?
Yes, Judge. State offer plea document and offense report as Exhibit 1, notification and certification of the defendant right of appeal as Exhibit 2, waiver of Article 139.14 disclosure as Exhibit 3, waiver of risk and need assessment as Exhibit 4, as Exhibit 5. State would also request defense counsel to stipulate the venue and jurisdiction of this honorable court, and to also stipulate that evidence has been filed is sufficient to quote pleaded guilty.
No objections. So agreed and stipulated, Your Honor.
All right, without objection, so admitted. At this time, the court will withhold any finding of guilt or innocence and will suspend any judgment in this matter, and will now turn to the PTD program in which Mr. Avila has been placed. All we ask, Mr. Avila, is follow the terms and conditions of the PTD program, and hopefully down the line, we can dismiss this case in the near future. Okay, sir? So just remember, no alcohol consumption while the case is pending, and hopefully down the line, we'll dismiss the case. At this
Sounds
time, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, just be in contact with your probation officer and she'll give you a date of when we're gonna be coming back. So stay safe and we'll see you, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right,
Nothing
Mr. Espinosa,
further.
you're excused. Have a great day, sir.
Right. You too, Your Honor.
No, thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Number 10, Mr. Solis is here for Artemio de la Fuente,
Okay,
and defendant is Sergio Perez.
okay.
Should I just log out? Sorry.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Which did you say, number, Mr. Solis?
No, it's Mr. de la Fuente.
Oh,
It says Jose Solis.
oh, Jose Solis, but AKA De La Fuente.
Yeah, mine is computer. Judge.
Mr.
doing?
De La Fuente. And which number is number 10? It's Sergio Aron Perez.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Perez, there's Mr. Perez. I see him already. And Mr. De La Fuente is right there. And we're here on CR 21-06-048D, Sergio Aron Perez. It's a compliance hearing.
Correct.
All right, Mr. Perez or Mr. De La Fuente, did Mr. Perez ever get the interlock device?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe he sent documentation to our office, and Mr. Solis was on his way to the La Villa jail, Judge, and he told me that we did receive it and that he already installed it, Judge. Pretty much.
Oh, okay. Ms. Ramirez?
I haven't gotten any verification, Judge. Who's the
Okay,
vendor?
Okay, Mr. Perez, what is the name of the vendor or the company that you got it from? Is it Interlock or?
Mr. Perez, are you on mute?
I don't know if he can hear me. Maybe he's got no audio. Well, anyway, will you get together with the probation officer? And
Judge,
give her the proof.
I'll send
Yeah,
her
give
the proof. Give my
Give her the
secretary.
proof. Okay. What was it again?
Reset.
Reset? Mr. De La Fuente,
Yes, Your Honor.
the reset date for this case is 2/15/23, 2/15/23, 9 a.m. pre-trial.
Oh, 23.
Yes, yes. You thought it was next week, huh?
Yeah, Judge, but I don't like those long recess because they get there real quick, and that means I'm getting older, Judge, and I just,
Well, I'll tell you what, if you need to bump it up, let us know and we'll help you with that.
Man, look at this. Nice to meet Mr. Gibb. How do you say your name? The ADA. I'm sure he's new. Welcome to Hidalgo County, Mr. Green. I just text Melissa that I hope they open the courts, Judge. Everybody stay safe, but I do miss working the way we used to.
Well, we do too, because we're beginning to forget people's names, attorneys and so forth.
And it's
But-
very hard to get things accomplished. I envy you guys, your patience but thank you, Judge, for being patient there on the bench, and hope to see you soon in person.
Well, actually, we thank the attorneys and the public for being patient. So hopefully in summer or so, we'll go back to court and everybody will be there in person. Have a great day. Stay safe, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.